This is the only human with webbed hands. He can dive underwater for several hours without changing his breath. But the villagers all treat him as a monster. It turns out that he was born cold all over without body temperature. Just when the midwife thought he was dead, the boy miraculously came back to life, and his limbs were still involuntarily paddling. His swimming skills also got better and better as he grew older. Every day he can catch a lot of big fish to support his mother who depends on him for survival. This day Ginkgo happened to pass by here. The insect repellent smoke from his hand made the boy have a strong rejection reaction. At first, Ginkgo thought it was because the smoke was too strong and choked him. But the moment he touched the boy's skin, that abnormal body temperature instantly made Ginkgo feel something was wrong. At this time, the boy's mother also happened to appear. Ginkgo asked her, "Is the child very good at swimming but walks a bit unnaturally? Is it often thirsty even though he drinks a lot of water?" Because all the symptoms he said the boy has. So the woman invited Ginkgo back home. According to the boy's extremely low body temperature, slow speech, and the webs that grew out of his limbs, Ginkgo believes he should have been parasitized by rain goo. This kind of worm will fall to the ground with the rain. After gathering in the river, they will move towards the sea along the river like big fish. In the end, they complete the reproduction in the sea. Then they return to the sky with evaporation and start again. But some of the fish that fall alone in the river will parasitize fish or drown humans. And the parasitized person will have the same symptoms as the boy. Unless it floods, the rain goo will leave the host's body in order to go to the sea. But no one knows when it will flood. So Ginkgo gave the woman a bottle of potion. This can temporarily suppress the rain goo in the boy's body and slow down these abnormal symptoms. The next day the medicine worked. The webs on the boy's hands have gradually receded. The body temperature also gradually returned to normal. He no longer speaks as slowly as before. So the boy plucked up the courage to greet the children in the same village. Originally, everyone didn't want to play with him. The boy took the initiative to give them the big fish he caught. And the children also found that he was not as cold as the rumors during the process of contacting him. Therefore, they completely accepted this playmate. The woman also felt happy from the bottom of her heart after seeing this scene. Everything seems to be developing in a good direction. This day Ginkgo, who was worried about the boy's situation, visited again. Seeing that the boy is now no different from ordinary people, he was relieved. The woman also bowed in thanks when she saw Ginkgo. The boy's body temperature has not only risen a lot now, the amount of water he drinks every day has also decreased a lot compared to before. She also wanted to find Ginkgo to get some more of that potion, but Ginkgo knew that the potion could no longer work further. Originally, the fish parasitized by rain goo will disappear in the water after a few years, although humans will not disappear after being parasitized. But as long as the rain goo is still in the boy's body, his symptoms cannot be completely eradicated. Ginkgo can only come over to check every once in a while, see if there is a chance to completely let the fish bone leave the boy's body. His responsible attitude made the woman feel a lot more at ease.
次いつ来る？
秋口だ。じゃあな、もう溺れんなよ。
俺、溺れたことないよ。
嘘つけ。忘れてんだよ。
おーい、ゆうた。
じゃあまたね。
One day there was an unprecedented heavy rain. The water level in the river gradually rose with time. The boy seemed to be called by some kind of call and walked outside involuntarily. No matter how the mother shouted, he refused to stop. When the woman chased to the river, she could no longer see the boy's figure. Fortunately, Ginkgo rushed over as soon as he heard that there was a rainy season here. He happened to stop the boy who wanted to go downstream. This flood may be the key to saving the boy. Ginkgo took them up a big tree. Then he tied the boy up with a rope, planned to wait for the rain goo in his body to leave on its own. As the water level rises higher and higher, the boy began to struggle violently. This is the performance of the rain goo in his body wanting to return to the sea. The mother can only hold her child tightly. She was afraid that if she was not careful, the child would leave her forever. She just held her son until dawn. The flood gradually receded as the rainfall decreased. The boy also woke up and returned to normal. Originally thought that the rain goo in his body had left. Ginkgo planned to carry him back home to rest. But halfway through, he suddenly found that the boy's body temperature was very high. Before he could figure out what was going on, the boy's body suddenly disappeared like steam. It wasn't until the night that Ginkgo thought of another possibility, and this possibility was also confirmed by the woman. It turns out that the person who drowned at the beginning was her. That day the water flow was particularly turbulent. She and her husband hit a reef on the way home. Both of them fell into the water. When she woke up, she was already on the shore, but her husband left her forever. Later, the woman found out that she was pregnant. She was also glad that she and her husband's flesh and blood did not die. Unexpectedly, the child was born cold all over and was treated as a monster by the villagers. Even so, the woman is still grateful that he can live. After listening to her, Ginkgo understood completely. The boy was parasitized by rain goo in the womb. The two grow together and merge into one, so the boy will eventually disappear with the rain goo, and the woman should have drowned at the beginning. It was because the fetus was parasitized by rain goo that she picked up a life. It can be said that the boy sacrificed himself to save his mother's life. He who was already dead accompanied his mother for so many years with the help of rain goo to repay the grace of nurturing.
どうしたの？もう怖くないよ。そうだね。あんたはどこにでもいるんだものね。